This relates to more news. This is going to U.S. Sun relating to report relating to various things. Let me see. We had an individual, 16-year-old, deleted relating to a road trip on the way to Taylor Swift. You have there's a report here. Persons charged after 6 migrants were found in a freezer truck in New Haven Ferry Port. And you have, that was 4 hours ago relating to the Sun report. Then you have this one here talking about mystery video showing glowing dots flying in the night sky over the Chinese city as local fear alien attack the Earth. Now, these dots, me personally, I think they're chariots, which goes to spiritual vehicles. You know what I mean? Let's go to Psalms 68. So them glowing dots, you know what I mean? The glowing dots relates to, you've seen a lot of chariot sightings. Whether people want to believe it or not, don't matter. That's what that is. 28, 68, and 20. Sherlock, 68 and 17. The chariots of God are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them, Sinai, and the holy place. So those little dots, many people speculate what that is, but they're chariots, man. The Lord's eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, as the scripture says. Those eyes relates to the chariots, man. Being eyes on the earth, looking upon both the good and evil, man. That scripture reveals, man. So that's what that is, man. Those little dots, they're chariots. What are chariots? Chariots are spiritual vehicles, man. You know what I mean? That's what spiritual vehicles. Another name is Mariakab. Chariots or a vehicle or a car. What society calls UAPs or UFOs. So they're chariots, man. So them glowing dots, that's what they are, man. Let's go back to Zechariah 5 and Zechariah 5 and 1. And many people will call it conspiracy theory or whatever they call it. You know, conspiracy theory is actually the truth, but it has to be made to be pointed as a lie. So certain people have to control the narrative to discredit it and call it conspiracy theory, but it's actually the truth. Zechariah 5 and that's a form of to deflect and distract, man. Go to 5 and Zechariah 5 and 3. But I'll read it at the top. And then I turned and lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. So that's how he described it, what he called it, related to Zechariah, describing what he had seen. He called it flying roll, which relates to the chariot, man. or a vehicle or a car, man. A spiritualized vehicle or car, man. A vessel. A spiritual vessel or car, man. And he said unto me, what seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll, and the length thereof is 20 cubits, and breadth thereof 10 cubits. And then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. The curse, man. A curse that's going to come into the house, which one who, the house who's stole, theft, through violence, and through that stealeth, as the scripture says, and falsely bear witness upon Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And he said unto me, what seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll, the length thereof is 20 cubits, and breadth thereof 10 cubits. Then he said unto me, this is a curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off, as on this side, according to it, everyone that sweareth shall be cut off, as on that side, according to it. And I will bring forth, saith the Lord, the host, which is an army. And these glowing dots are armada, which is a fleet relating to a fleet of spiritual vessels known as chariots, man. And I will bring forth, saith the Lord, in the host, and shall enter into the house of the thief, into the house of them that swear falsely. That's the ones who in the position of power, man. That's who is going. That's what these chariots are going to. You know what I mean? Coming into that house, man. One's in a position of power, man. The house of the thief, into the house of them that swear falsely by my name. How swear falsely by my name? Through a fancy word of iconoclasm, you know what I mean, whitewashing, pretending to be identity theft, pretending to be the Father and the Son, painting a certain image that doesn't represent according to the scripture. So bearing false witness, man. You know what I mean? Through different tactics relating to iconoclasm and just falsehood, man. All right, let's go to number 4. And I will bring it forth, saith the Lord of hosts, and it shall enter in the house, the thief, and say into the house of them that swear falsely by my name, and it shall remain in the midst of the house. So these chariots are going to remain in the midst of the house to execute judgment, man. It sounds far-fetched, it sounds crazy to people who don't understand, especially on the outside, trying to look in to understand. But that's what that is, man. You know? And these things, these glowing dots are going to really manifest to make themselves known upon earth, man, when time comes. You know what I mean? When the Lord is going to do it on the time he sees fit, appointed time. But it shall come. Tarry, wait for it, but it shall surely come, man. Habakkuk. So, I will bring forth, saith the Lord of hosts, and it shall enter in the house of the thief, into the house of them that swear falsely by my name, and it shall remain in the midst of the house, and it shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof. So the chariots are part of, that's that curse that's going to cover the face of the whole earth. That's the main line right there. The curse that's going to cover the face of the whole earth, man. The curse is going to be relating to the judgment that's going to come into the house of the house of the thief, man. You know, so that was relating to that. Let's continue on. More news. So those glowing dots are that. We read it again. Glowing dots. These cameras, boy, these cameras suck. Esau's technology sucks, man. Shalak. Now, Putin was mentally unstable, hysterical when he ordered Alexei Navalny murder, former speechwriter. Trump rants against despicable AI image of him playing golf moments. Because you got the AI with these deep fakes and stuff. One of the celebrities says suing relating to that. So the AI, which is the artificial intelligence. And plus, relating to Trump's case, judge orders him to pay $355 million fraud case. So a lot of money is coming. Trump has to pay. That's eating out of his net worth, pretty much, in the matter of speaking. Even though most of his net worth is relating to real estate, but it's still eating a lot of his money, man. He's paying out a lot of things. You have Russian claims Alexei Navalny died in sudden death syndrome as Putin's critical body goes missing. This is Sun Report. Then you have, I'm going to just read it because this camera's acting up. Why China's unstoppable 220 billion military is now the biggest threat to the world. Then you have something talking about Putin satellites or something from space or something. And U.S. was sending missiles for warning or something. On a report, a YN report. You had a house that blew up in Virginia. You also had an avalanche in India where it erupted an avalanche. So you seeing all these things all over the world, man. Moment rage and inferno engulfs Russian drone making the plant supplying Putin's war in Ukraine after overnight strike. So the continuation bombardment relating to these wars, relating to Russia and Ukraine. There's a video here. The same video shows Target store sliding down the hill as homes forced to evacuate. You had also farmers' protests continuing in India, farmer protest. So you have protest, scripture talks about Second Ezra 15. Second Ezra 9:11 talks about there should be earthquakes and uproars of the people of the world. Second Ezra 9:3. So uproars is the commotion, disturbances, and disruptions, civil unrest. That's what you're seeing, man. You know what I mean? Protests are part of that. For the 15. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another with swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, invading one another. They shall not regard the kings nor princes. In the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Sedition is mutiny, violent uprising, mutiny, insurrections. Protests are part of that, going against the government, the powers of the government. You know what I mean? Social, economical, financial issues, man. These farmers, you know what I mean? India, for example. So woe into the world that them dwell in. So woe for what? Destruction. And woe to relating to different things that's going to happen pertaining to that Lord is allowed to manifest on this earth, man. So one people versus another people, another sector versus other sector groups, using the sword. So you're going to have sedition, mutiny against the kings and princesses. And they're not going to regard the kings and princes. You know, they're going to take the course of the actions and not regard the kings and princes. A man shall desire to go in the city and shall not be able to. Martial law, curfews, lockdowns. We experienced that a few years ago. You know, I mean, relating to, you know, essential business travel, for curfews and different things relating to a certain thing that we went through 2020 specifically. So, but there's going to be a full one when relating to martial law, but it's going to be lockdown. You're not going to be able to go to A, B, or C without permission, in a matter of speaking. Or because of their pride, the city shall be in trouble, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. For many great miseries shall happen in the latter times, because they walk greatly in pride. Part of that because of their pride, miseries, calamities, and atrocities going to happen, and trouble's going to happen in the city related to the state and condition of the city. The houses shall be destroyed, men shall be afraid, men, women, children, people in the world. That's why the scripture goes, woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and sea that dwell therein, man. Because these troubles, these woes, these forms of calamities and atrocities going to come upon them, right? And a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. So it's not gonna be. Scripture talks about iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. So the love is not going to be, love and respect is not going to be in that time and season in that time. You know what I mean? So neighbor against neighbor, you're going to have internally, externally. You're going to have family versus, family. There shall a man's household shall be his own enemies. Paraphrasing. So you're going to have that. Part of that is the variance, the division, the strife, the contention, the separation, the sifting, man. Part of that sifting and separation is division. Division within internally and externally. Individually, collectively. The holy-poly among the mass populace. And that's what you're seeing, that division. That's the sifting in the division, man. Think not that I'll come to send peace, but rather division, as scripture says. So the Lord is putting a spirit of variance, sifting, separation, and division upon the world. And that's why that's why the love of many is going to wax cold. That's going to be part of that. It's not going to be love, it's not going to be respect in that time, man. And the man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, and he shall destroy the houses with the sword. The modern day weapon is the pistol, the assault weapon, the short range weapon, hand pistol. That's going to be the sword of choice, man. And other forms of things that can be used as weapons against people, man. And that goes to invasion, home invasion, looting, riot, whether private or public entities. That's what it goes to. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. So he ain't going to have he's not going to be a respecter of persons upon a neighbor, man. But shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods. Because there's going to be a lack of victuals and lack of supplies, man. So people are going to invade, loot, home invasion, occupy, siege, whatever they can in that time, man, because it's going to be a scarcity, man. Suddenly the sown places shall be unsown, and the storehouses shall be empty, man. 2 Ezra 6 and 22. So that's why, because things are going to be short. things are going to be limited supply in that time. So people are going to be in a certain mind state in that time. Now, it's not going to be like you see it now, where you can still do certain things and operate freely and move around. It's going to be a different time in the season in that time. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of a lack of bread. Lack of bread is the food, victuals, different things, for great tribulation. Allah never since his time been never Allah never his time since has been since Jacob's trouble. But ye shall be saved, Jeremiah 30:7, right? So that's going to be a bad time, Jacob's trouble. World War III. The main one, Revelations 13, that's the most important one, relating to the mark of the beast, MOTB. Relating to a certain device that's going to be mandatory, aggressively and forcefully mandatory, man, where the population and the masses is going to have to participate in that. Otherwise, they're not going to continue to function normally. Whatever that normally is, man. But the point is to continue to operate normally in society, man. And that's why that relating to that video saying, relating to Men of Truth saying, Klaus Schwab, for example, said humanity will merge with AI in the fourth industrial revolution, or they will become extinct. Extinct means non-existent, right? So you're going to comply to that. His goal in 10 years. That was a video. Who's Klaus Schwab? The one who said they will be slaves and they'll love it, man. You know what I mean? So he has an agenda. He has a plan relating to merging the society to the next level, man, relating to the fourth industrial revolution. And that's what that goes to, man. And he wants everybody to participate in that, or else, man. So that's by his words. You can look it up in the videos, man. You know what I mean? So that's because that's what he wants, man. So he's going to come, 1 Peter 5:8, he's going to come, Revelations 12:12, he's going to come, Isaiah 59:19, man. Example scriptures, man. Because they have certain things to fulfill. And really, they're fulfilling the will of the Lord, the purpose of the Lord on the left-hand side, man. You know what I mean? So, because the Lord controls everything, both left and right. He's that balance, man. So these are a few relating to that. And Shalakia feels a little, a little drawn out. Shalakia. What other one? UN troops leave and battle Eastern Town. BBC. You have U.S. fears Russia might put a nuclear weapon in space. That's what I was talking about earlier. A 500-gallon underground propane tank found in the Virginia home that exploded. That's what I was talking about. So underground propane tank. There's a video that showed that, leaving that house pretty much in pieces, man. Patrick and home visits sisters injured relating to that shooting. You have the continuing weather up in New York City, 10 inches of snow. You have a continuing winter blast in the northeast. You have in the cold spell, the winter blast, in this strange pattern of weather moving across the country. Back-to-back storms to hit an already drenched California, raising the flood threat, so raising the water levels, man. You know what I mean? That's what that goes to, man. Shallow lake in Canada could point to the origins of life on Earth. Kim Jong-un has broken decades of North Korean policy. That shouldn't be no surprise. He's the leader. Trump, I was saying, ordered to pay $355 million in civil fraud trial. So that's coming out of a lot of his cash, man, a lot of his net. Whether it's network, like I was saying, or, cash availability, man. Let me see. Israel-Hamas war continues. I was linking to that Super Bowl shooting. Yeah, this is just a few reports. You still have the border issue. Republicans impeach Alexandro Mayorkas, he's the secretary relating to Homeland Security. Border after failing to, they're pretty much doing his duty, man. So, it's a division relating to that. There's a division relating to the border. They have tried comprehensive, balance relating to border issue. But one side didn't want that, they rejected it, so you have that division. Go to Matthew 12, 25, 26, Luke 11, 17, and 18, Mark 3, 24 through 26, man. Satan be divided against himself. How can his kingdom stand but have an end? Paraphrasing. So that division's being set forth between these Republicans and Democrats, man. Their house is divided, man. Now, this is just a few things, few reports. Knowing this in the last days, that perilous time shall come. We in the last days, perilous times, going to bad, evil times. Scripture talks about prophets of the old preach relating to the old to mighty kingdoms and nations, relating to war, evils, and pestilence, man. And that's where we're in, war, evils, and pestilence, man. Jeremiah 28 and 8. So this is a few reports. I hope this helps in some way. This is Zayah Wolf. I want to give all praise, Yahweh Shem Yahshua Bashim Makakadash, honor elders, apostles, men, and truth on down. Like-minded ones teaching this truth and knowledge, so we know this truth and knowledge. And the Wadi Yahweh Shem Yahshua put in the spirit of elders, apostles, men, and truth on down. Like-minded ones regarding this truth and knowledge, so we can know this truth and knowledge. And like-minded ones, so we can know this truth and knowledge, learn this truth and knowledge. And call holy Yahweh Shem Yahshua Bashim Makakadash. Give all praise, Yahweh Shem Yahshua Bashim Makakadash. This is Zayah Wolf, over Hell Shalom.